Nice try. My turn.
Hey everyone, LTX 2.3 is officially here, and it's a massive step up from the previous version. Keep in mind, it still has some notable limitations, so don't expect a perfect result every single time. The LTX team is absolutely crushing it. The model is completely open source with a user friendly license, and it's a steady journey toward the perfection we are all chasing. First of all, make sure to update your ComfyUI before you try using this workflow. This model was just released, and it simply won't work if your setup isn't up to date. Now, the most important detail here is that I'm not using any GGUFs. I'm running the FP8 version, optimized for the NVIDIA Blackwell architecture, which clocks in at 23 gigabytes. And I'm generating 1080p 24 fps 10-second clips on just 8 gigs of VRAM and 32 gigs of system RAM. Let that sink in for a moment. This is a massive win for consumer grade GPUs. Of course, you can still use the GGF versions if you're worried about pushing your system to its absolute limits. I'm using the FP8 version for this video mainly because I want to show you exactly what's possible on your 8 gigs of VRAM. It seems like this new model stays true to the prompt most of the time. Let's break down the prompt adherence. First off, the visuals are stunning. Those highlights on her arms and the way the sun hits the jungle temple look incredibly professional. The character's physique and the overall cinematic feel are exactly what I was looking for. Now, on the other hand, the model did struggle with a few specifics. I asked for two pistols in my prompt, but it only gave us one. If we look closely at her hands right after the roll, the fingers start to melt into the gun a bit. Also, the audio sync was a bit off. Still, for a local model running on our own gear, this is an incredible foundation to build on. Check out my other generations and the prompts to get a better feel for what you can expect.
Path is clear.
Copy that.
Finally. It's beautiful.
Pull together now.
There! By the twin rocks!
Keep it hushed. She has chosen her target. The chase is on.
Here on the Cornish coast, the storm has arrived. Conditions are rapidly deteriorating. This is standard reporting for Tensor Alchemist.
Target locked. Don't blink.
I've linked the workflow in the video description and the pinned comment below. And here are the links to all the models. Now, this part is important. You should drop the audio VAE into the checkpoints folder for this specific workflow. Other than that, you can drop the rest of the models into their usual folders. This is where you can select your models. Make sure to click the drop down and manually select each one. Even if it looks the model is already selected. Here's the frame rate. Make sure the value is the same in both of these boxes. And here's the resolution and the length. This is a disk tilt model, so the CFG is set to 1. The sampler is oil ancestral. The step count is set to 8. These are the values I'm using in the tiled VA decode node. If you have any missing nodes, you can install them easily by clicking this in the ComfyUI manager. Check out one of my live generations to get a real idea of the VRAM and RAM usage. Let me know how it goes for you in the comments.